Listen up, Vikings faithful. What I'm about to tell you will shake your purple and gold world to its absolute core. 3 massive developments just dropped that will completely transform how you see this upcoming season. And I'm telling you right now, nothing will ever be the same again. Picture this: your starting quarterback position hanging in the balance, a national media analyst throwing shade at your franchise's trade history, and a potential game-changing acquisition that could be the missing piece to your Super Bowl puzzle. This isn't just news, Vikings faithful. This is a revolution brewing in Minneapolis. The whispers are getting louder in the Twin Cities, and what's happening behind closed doors at the Vikings facility will blow your mind. We're talking about a quarterback battle that nobody saw coming, a defensive move by your front office against national critics, and an offensive line solution that could be the difference between another heartbreaking playoff exit and finally hoisting that Lombardi trophy. But here's what's driving me absolutely insane. One of these stories involves a position battle that could determine whether this season is championship glory or complete disaster. Another story has a so-called expert completely disrespecting your team's recent trade history. And the third? Well, the third could be the move that changes everything about how your offense operates. Vikings faithful, I need you to smash that like button right now, because what's coming next is going to make your heart race. Drop a comment below with your predictions. And if you're not already subscribed, hit that notification bell because you do not want to miss any of these earth-shattering developments. Are you ready to find out which quarterback competition is causing absolute chaos in the Vikings organization? Buckle up. Sam Darnold is gone, Vikings faithful, and the aftermath is absolutely explosive. That's right. The quarterback who led your incredible 2024 renaissance has taken his talents to Seattle, leaving Minnesota in what can only be described as the most intense quarterback battle we've seen in years. Everyone assumed J.J. McCarthy would waltz into the starting role after missing his rookie season with that devastating knee injury. But hold your horses, Vikings faithful, the backup competition is about to get nuclear. Your organization just acquired Sam Howell in a trade, and they've also brought in Brett Rypien, setting up what local reporter Darren Wolfson is calling a legit battle. This isn't just about depth charts, Vikings faithful. This is about survival. With McCarthy still unproven and coming off that injury, whoever wins this backup battle could very well determine your entire season's fate. Howell might seem like the favorite since the Vikings actually traded assets to get him, but Rypien has proven he can make plays when it counts. Think about this for a second. Your team rode Darnold's career year all the way to success, and now you're potentially one injury away from throwing an untested quarterback or a backup into the fire. The pressure in training camp is going to be insane, and every single snap in July and August could determine whether you're contending for a championship or watching from home come January. But wait, Vikings faithful, because what I'm about to tell you next will make this quarterback situation look like child's play compared to the disrespect being thrown at your franchise. Vikings faithful, you are not going to believe the absolute garbage that just came out of the national media. Bleacher Report's Christopher Knox just had the audacity to call your Sam Bradford trade the worst move your franchise has made in the last decade, and I am fuming on your behalf. This so-called analyst completely ignored the context of what actually happened. When Teddy Bridgewater suffered that horrific knee dislocation in practice, your team was in panic mode with Shaun Hill as the only backup option. What were they supposed to do? Just roll over and accept disaster? The Bradford trade for a 2017 first-round pick and conditional fourth-rounder wasn't perfect, but it kept your season alive. Bradford posted a 99.3 quarterback rating and gave you legitimate hope when everything seemed lost. This wasn't some reckless gamble. This was a desperate but calculated move to save your season. And get this, Vikings faithful, Knox completely ignored actually terrible trades like the Kara Vedvik disaster, where you gave up a 5th-round pick for a kicker who lasted 2 weeks. He glossed over the Chris Herndon trade catastrophe that provided absolutely nothing when you needed tight end help desperately. This is exactly why national media doesn't understand your franchise. They see the big numbers and make snap judgments without understanding the reality of what your front office was facing. The Bradford trade kept you competitive and showed your team wouldn't just roll over when adversity struck. But Vikings faithful, if you think quarterback battles and media disrespect are intense, Wait until you hear about the offensive line solution that could change everything. Vikings faithful, here comes the bombshell that could transform your entire championship outlook. While everyone's focused on quarterbacks and media narratives, your front office might be eyeing the move that actually wins you a Super Bowl. Cesar Ruiz from the New Orleans Saints. Your offensive line struggles were painfully obvious in that playoff loss to the Rams, and while some blame Darnold's stubbornness, the truth is Garrett Bradbury and your interior line had glaring problems when it mattered most. Every championship team needs a rock-solid offensive line, and Ruiz could be that missing piece. Here's why this is genius, Vikings faithful. Ruiz allowed just 1 sack in over 813 offensive snaps last season. 1. He's an elite pass-blocking center who could immediately upgrade your protection and give whoever's under center the time they need to make plays. The Saints are clearly rebuilding, and they might be willing to move on from his contract to get younger. Think about the impact this would have. Your offensive line was solid during the regular season, but crumbled when the lights got brightest in the playoffs. Adding someone like Ruiz doesn't just improve your blocking. It gives you the confidence to make a deep playoff run without worrying about your protection breaking down. This isn't just about fixing a problem, Vikings faithful. This is about creating a championship foundation. With McCarthy developing, your skilled position players healthy, and a potentially elite offensive line protecting them, you could be looking at the most complete Vikings team in years. Vikings faithful, I need you to hit that like button if this analysis fired you up. Comment below with your thoughts on whether Ruiz is worth pursuing, and smash that subscribe button, because these are the kinds of deep dives that separate real fans from casual observers. The pieces are falling into place for something special in Minneapolis. But will your front office be bold enough to make the moves that turn potential into championships? The quarterback battle will determine your depth. The media disrespect will fuel your motivation. But that offensive line upgrade could be the difference between another heartbreaking ending and finally bringing that Lombardi trophy home to the Twin Cities. What do you think, Vikings faithful? Are you ready for this wild ride?